Good evening from New York. Today's this presentation, Trump's conviction, inner mind communication response, and a call out to the Supreme Court. I'll make this quick. The Supreme Court in any way rules to exonerate Donald Trump, they will be working against the democracy that so many people have given their lives for. You will be pushing our country to a place where the drama totally dominates us as a nation, where we'll be thrown into a whirlpool of hatefulness and fear. That's not acceptable. So, Supreme Court, do you love this country? Do you want to preserve democracy? Do you want no one to be above the law? Show it. America is watching you. And what you do could be in exonerating Trump, could damage the economy, could increase crime in the street, lawlessness, and insurrections. The FBI and the CIA have enough to deal with already. Don't do it. Have some heart, have some caring. As to Trump's conviction, let's move on to sentencing. Trump, he's a sick mind. The inner mind communication approach is not a punishing one, but it is a protective one. He needs to be put into a secure environment where he cannot stir up any more trouble. And he should be kept there in a kind way and in a way that helps his mind to heal. If he achieves that healing, then on that occasion, you can slowly begin to return his freedoms. And the same should be done for everyone. But don't destroy our nation. Too many people have died for our democracy. Supreme Court, love the country that gave you your position. No one in their right mind would want this country to go up into a hateful, fearful mess with violence in the street. That could happen. It's happened before to other countries. You cannot let this man go any further in his power grab. There's agents in other countries who worked algorithms to stir up the weaker minds in our country. Don't side with them. Don't take us to a point where we have to fight for democracy right here in our own country. Supreme Court, act in a supreme way. We are watching you. Now, what is the response? Maybe increasing the number of people on the Supreme Court, perhaps giving term limits to people who serve on the Supreme Court. But if you exonerate Trump and cause people to have no faith in our Supreme Court, you are harming this country. I believe in following the path that Jesus talked about, the path of healing and love and caring. I may not be a supporter of telling people I know things to be a fact when I have no evidence to present. But there's some things that are so fundamental that only the insane could not understand and see. This is a nation built on the concept that nobody is above the law, and that the law should be fair, and that the law should be set up in a way that invests in our country and in the world, because our country thrives in the context of the world. So we have to stand up for democracy wherever it's threatened. Wherever it's threatened. That is the way of empathy. Empathy means that we build a trust in humanity and in one another. Let's come together and support democracy and stand up for the future of every child in this country and every child around the world. To do otherwise is to totally fail as a species. I will end this message at this point. This is a serious thing. But I do call out for everyone to see what Carl Sagan said. We are the universe knowing itself. How amazing. That means that you are amazing. That everyone is amazing. And that we should work toward healing and virtue. And that demands democracy, a healthy democracy. We are together one human family around the world. In fact, all of life is a part of our family. It's diversity that gave us life and preserves our lives. We are threatening that with our greed and our lack of wisdom. It's time to do something about global warming. If you're concerned about immigration, remember this: 15% of the workforce in the United States are people who are immigrants, recent immigrants, and those who are here illegally, well, according to our laws now. Yeah. All life migrates. Human beings will migrate. And if it scares you that you're going to have too many people in your country, well, global warming will make that a very likely occurrence. Because as the global warming, as the world heats up, the migration is going to be increasing and overwhelming institutions that we treasure and need. So do something about global warming. Increase the number of courts that we have so that those seeking asylum legitimately can be properly helped. And find a way to citizenship for people who work every day to make this country a better place, here legally or illegally. Don't abuse people. Now, the business people need people that, they must need people. You don't hire people that are non-citizens unless you need them, You don't. So, give them green cards so they can continue to contribute and they can hold their heads up. Do something about the borders so that we can stop drug trafficking once and for all. And love this country. We are still a light in the world. Let's keep it so. We have threats from every side. We don't need disruption here amongst ourselves. This is an urgent appeal. Let's honor at this moment the wonder and the worth of everyone with the word Namaste, which basically says what Carl Sagan said: we are the universe knowing itself. Namaste.